About 3 years ago, Mike Abel from MNC Saatchi Abel came to us and said, guys, you're doing important work. We know it's a challenge, but you guys don't tell people how hard it is. You don't tell people the stories of what you're going through and how the news media impacts every part of South African society. And so I said, great, Mike, that's awesome. We love doing events. They're easy and very quick and easy to get sponsors and put together. But we agreed with him. We suck at telling our stories. We suck at sharing some of the problems that we have. And so we started working on this thing. We set the first date last year for the media gathering in August. And we were giving ourselves sort of a 6-month build-up. We got Nando's on as a sponsor. And we thought, okay, let's do this thing. And then the Gupta leaks happened. And pretty much our entire lives got turned upside down. Everything that we were doing and focusing on working on the Gupta leaks, hiring new people, working in the collaboration with Amabungani and News 24. And we still had this event to put on. And we realized that, are we going to be able to do this? We're not the biggest team in the world. So Brank and I looked at each other and we said, well, look, there's no other time to talk about media issues than right now. And so we started this thing, and this is our second media gathering, and we're very happy and proud to be working with 10X, our new sponsors. And I'd also like to thank them and their team, and working with them over the last couple of weeks to get this event to what it is today. And to my team as well, who've also worked extremely hard to put this thing on. So it's no secret that the last decade was a really tough one for news media. Around the world, we saw the rise of platforms like Facebook and Google taking the ad spend that used to sustain newsrooms. In South Africa, we had a president whose policies of patronage and corruption meant that our economy was being served an all-you-can-eat buffet of shit sandwiches. And to top that, everything we do is tainted with political content. So that means we have the commercial equivalent of Ebola when we go and seek advertising and sponsorships. Unless, of course, you're the New Age, ANN7, or the not-so-independent group of newspapers. We live in a time where the truth is under attack and journalists are on the firing line. Presidents are calling journalists enemy of the people. Physical and verbal harassment is all too commonplace for our people. These days, business leadership amounts to a strongly worded letter of disappointment when a finance minister gets fired. Activism is a crackpot with a Twitter account armed with caps lock. The silence and the inaction of business has contributed to the breeding ground of where bad things can happen when good people do nothing. Business support used to sustain newsrooms in this country, but now billions flows to Irish tax haven companies where people don't pay VAT and they don't pay tax on those earnings generated in this country. So, as was mentioned today, 10X are the second sponsor of the media gathering, the second ever sponsor of the gatherings we've had in the last 8 years. And they're brave enough to walk this road with us. But I can tell you that every time we go and look for sponsorship for these events, people's response is, that's great, you guys do an amazing job, they're amazing events, but you're just too political. Our response is, can you imagine if we weren't? So we have to rely on a few businesses for support, donors, reader contributions, and some grant funders, and the incredible vision and belief of our shareholders who've believed in the impact that we'd be able to achieve. So in 2 months, Daily Maverick will be 9 years old, or as I and my therapist like to count, 108 payrolls. And we realized that in December, we got a window of opportunity. We dodged a bullet, a major bullet, but the gun is still loaded. And we have to take this opportunity to change the way we think, change the way we act, and change the way we engage with our communities. So we are. Today we're launching Maverick Insider. It's a community for our readers who care deeply about the public interest journalism that we do and the trajectory of our business. The main reason we're doing it is so that we can continue to do the work that we've done, exposés like Marikana, the SARS wars, and the Gupta leaks, just to name a few. So for the last 9 months, we've been studying these models around the world where news outlets have been engaging with readers in some form of reader support, and we've settled on one that makes us focus a lot more of our energy and our attention on engaging with our readers. Maverick Insider is more than just asking for financial support. It's about how we can move to creating experiences with you and for you. We need just 1% of our monthly audience to make this really work for us, or 10% of our loyal newsletter subscribers. You choose how much you can afford to be part of this group, monthly or annually, but the amount you set. Unlike other models, we're not going to restrict access to our content. We believe the biggest benefit of this membership is that Daily Maverick, Scorpio, and Zapiro remain free for everyone to access, even those who can't afford. South Africa is already a poor country. It'll be a lot more poorer if its people aren't well informed. Sometimes our work can be a scary and lonely place. I mean, that really came home last year when we were doing drills waiting for the Hawks to raid our offices, or when that suspicious car crash happened. It takes a special kind of crazy to run towards the fire when everyone's running the other way. But we're committed to this task. We can't do it alone, and we don't want to do it alone. We need you to join us. So if I've done my job properly here today, and you'd like to be part of this special group, please have a look at the link at the back of your programs. You can sign up there. You can sign up before you get to the membership stall, but we'd love you to join us on this journey. Thank you for listening, and thank you for being here.